Hello everyone. Welcome to Stoic Wisdom today. Not all evil wears a mask. Sometimes it smiles at you. Sometimes it sits across from you at lunch. Sometimes it lives under the same roof. In a world that rewards charm, manipulation often hides behind a friendly face. But if you look closely, there are always signs. Today, we'll uncover 9 subtle but dangerous signs that someone around you might be evil. And we'll approach it through the lens of Stoic wisdom. Not with fear or paranoia, but with awareness, strength, and emotional clarity. As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the colour of its thoughts. Let's learn to see clearly and protect our peace. Sign 1. The chameleon personality. They seem perfect, charming in every room, agreeable with everyone, but beneath the surface, there's no true identity. Only a performance. They mirror your opinions. They adapt too quickly. They say exactly what you want to hear. This isn't kindness, it's camouflage. The Stoics remind us to look for substance, not surface. Seneca warned, don't be swept away by flattery. It's a trap laid by the manipulator. A person who's always everything to everyone is often hiding something. Pay attention to those who shapeshift, depending on who's watching. True character is consistent. Pretenders, on the other hand, fade when no audience remains. Sign 2. They weaponize your trust. You opened up. You shared your story, your fears, your truth, and they used it, not to support you, but to control you. They remind you of your weaknesses, twist your words, exploit your past to manipulate your present. This is not honesty. It's betrayal dressed as connection. Epictetus taught, it's not the events that disturb us, but our judgment of them. Guard your trust like gold. Not everyone deserves it. A truly good person handles your vulnerability with care, but the dangerous ones turn it into leverage. Sign 3. They guilt you into submission. They don't scream. They don't threaten. They make you feel guilty. Guilty for setting boundaries. Guilty for saying no. Guilty for doing what's best for you. You find yourself apologizing for things you never did, carrying emotional weight that doesn't belong to you. This isn't your guilt, it's their manipulation. Seneca warned, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Stop suffering for someone else's game. You don't owe endless explanation. You don't owe them your peace. Guilt is a tool, and when used by the wrong hands, it becomes a chain. Sign 4. They drain your energy. You feel tired around them, not physically, spiritually. They talk endlessly about themselves. They bring chaos wherever they go. They demand, criticize, complain. And when they leave, you feel lighter. That's not friendship. That's emotional vampirism. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, you don't have to turn this into something. It doesn't have to upset you. But it's hard when someone is constantly pulling you into their storm. So choose peace. Even if that means choosing distance. Protect your energy, because those who drain it rarely return it. Sign 5. The silent saboteur. They never attack directly. They whisper. They plant doubt. They undermine you in subtle, quiet ways. They smile in public, but poke holes in your reputation behind closed doors. They say things like, I'm just being honest, or I didn't mean it that way. But the damage is always real. Marcus Aurelius taught, if it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. A saboteur thrives on shadows, so shine light with truth and walk away from anyone who pretends to support you, while secretly hoping you'll fall. Sign 6. The master of gaslighting. They rewrite reality. You say, that hurt me. They say, you're too sensitive. You recall a conversation. They say, that never happened. Now you're questioning your memory, your instincts, your sanity. This is gaslighting, and it's psychological abuse. The Stoics taught us to trust our reason, to ground ourselves in what is true and just. Epictetus said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. So don't fight fire with fire, stand firm, trust your truth, and if needed, walk away in silence. Let them battle themselves. Sign 7. The need to control everything. They want power over your schedule, your choices, your emotions. They question everything you do, disapprove of who you see, and slowly you start shrinking. That's not love, that's control. Seneca reminds us, no man is free who is a slave to his passions. But some people are addicted to dominance, and they'll mask it as care, as concern, as love. Don't fall for it. A healthy person respects your independence. A harmful one fears it. Take back your space. Take back your say. That's Stoic freedom. Sign 8. They enjoy your pain. They smile when you stumble, celebrate when you fail, but they cloak it in concern. I'm just surprised. Or I thought you'd do better. Their joy comes from your downfall. That's not competition. It's cruelty. The Stoics urge us to wish well for others, even our rivals. Seneca said, "He who envies others does not obtain peace." So beware of those who hide poison behind politeness, who never cheer your wins but always notice your losses. True friends uplift, false ones quietly root for your collapse. Walk away from both their silence and their smile. Sign 9. They cross your boundaries over and over, over and over. You set limits. They ignore them. You ask for space. They intrude. You say no. They push. Some people treat boundaries like suggestions, but for the Stoic, boundaries are sacred. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." If someone repeatedly disrespects your no, they're not confused. They're testing your self-respect. The Stoic response, not anger, not revenge, just clarity. Protect your peace like your life depends on it, because it often does. Conclusion. Evil doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it smiles. Sometimes it stands right beside you. But you have a choice. To see clearly. To stay grounded. To protect your soul with silence and strength. You don't have to fight every liar, expose every manipulator, or confront every betrayal. You only have to guard your peace and live by virtue. Because the most Stoic revenge is a life lived freely. As Marcus Aurelius said, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. So stand tall, walk away, and let your calm unsettle their chaos. If this message spoke to you, take a moment to like this video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to Stoic Wisdom today. Until next time, stay alert, stay calm, and stay stoic.